Step into the mind of the unknown, where we dive deep into the unique human experience, where we blend the dark and the light. I'm your host Fabian, this is my co-host Sam, and welcome to Anything Evil.
Yo,
What's good, y'all?
happy Friday, y'all. You know what that means? Brand new episode of Anything Evil.
Past the 40, homie.
40.
Past the 40.
Get the 40.
Get the 40s out.
We're going to chug a 40 right now real quick.
Aw,
Fucking God.
my bad. Wait.
No,
Turn me up a little, please. We're all excited for episode 40, homie, right there.
Episode 40. Thank you all for being here. Long time coming. 40 weeks. Quick maths. 40. Finally made it. XL, right? That's what they say too.
Yeah.
Which,
That's crazy, bro.
the only reason I know it's XL is because WrestleMania 40 was XL. The stage was an XL. So I was like, oh, I guess XL means 40.
Fucking nerd.
But anyways, thank y'all for being here. Super excited, man.
Super excited, bro.
Feels cool having 40 episodes with the big dog, talking a bunch of shit,
It has been fun, bro. I feel like we
nonsense.
have been having a really good time.
For today's episode, we're just going to be going back down memory lane. We're going to be talking about some of our favorite, episodes, some of their favorite guests, just shit like that. It's going to be a nice, we're not going to spread any rumors out here today. We're just going to reminisce and rewind our Anything Evil episodes and, just shoot the shit.
I'm down, bro. I feel like it's been a while where we can just sit down and just conversate, you know what I'm saying, instead of just trying to follow an agenda. But, I mean, with that being said, it's been a great 39 last episodes, bro. And the fact that we're at 40, man, consistent besides that one hiccup that we had. Fuck that person. It's been a pleasure, bro. Honestly, like it really feels surreal. I remember coming in, like, when was it, during like September, and we were just grinding with the whiteboard, dog. We were trying to record the intro. Remember, we were trying to record the intro, and we could just not get it.
Yeah, man. We're gonna talk about it. All that, all those good memories. But before then, please follow us at anything_evil_podcast on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, all that good stuff. And for episode 40, we are doing a cool little giveaway. So we do have some winners. We will be hitting you up. We will name one because he guessed the Little Nicky scene. The homie Balloon.
Shout out to Balloon.
Homie Little Art Gar, drummer for Angel and the Babies.
Sick ass drummer. Have you seen that fool's videos recently, bro? That fool's in the pocket now, dog.
Finally, bro. When I was in the band with him, bro,
Hey, man.
couldn't stay in beat.
Give him some props, bro. That fool's come a long way, dog.
Nah,
it's
yeah.
cool. I've always enjoyed the fact that fool's always been in bands, though.
Yeah,
like
low-key,
just
yeah.
doing it and shit.
I remember when he first got on drums, and I was like, well, why would you want to play drums, Because I felt like it's like not him. I always thought of him as a guitar player.
At first, it did look weird, but now like it suits him, dog.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
congrats
so-
to that fool. He's one of three. This time we're doing 3.
Yeah, we'll send you a little care package, brother. So
we'll
obviously,
get your
sizes.
We usually don't announce the winners on here. We might start doing that after 50, just because obviously we still have a small crowd. I think once we have a bigger audience, it'll be more fun to like obviously pick out names live and do all that fun shit.
Exactly.
But as of now, we do have our 3 winners. We will be reaching out to the other 2 later today. So stay tuned for that, guys. And again, thank you so much for leaving all the love, all the comments, and, just listening to us bullshit week in, week out. And if it's not for you guys, we really don't have a motivation to do it. So thank you guys for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's get started. So how was it? I know we talked about it on our very first episode 0. But like now looking back, hindsight 2020, not knowing what the fuck we were going to do, right? Like, because honestly, I'm sure you maybe thought about it too. Like, fuck, we're just going to do like maybe 10 episodes and then it's just going to we're just going to like stop doing it after 10.
honestly, bro, like I don't know if we could talk about it now, like how fast shit moved for us with the whole, I don't know if you want to talk about it
The what?
with the guy. The big news, remember? We were gonna have some big news.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can talk. I mean,
So
we could
if
talk
you guys
about it.
don't know, obviously,
I know,
obviously-
we haven't talked about it.
we were gonna have. So pretty much, let's do this. So
Dude, yeah.
so starting off, me and Fabian, obviously, like
September, right? You
it's
said.
around September. Well, we started the podcast, right? We had the idea. Well, Fabian had the idea, and obviously, we would meet up twice a week, come in here. We would try to, jot down ideas, figure out like what we're gonna talk about, get the fear of recording, figure out how to record, because it was just new to us. We've never done it before.
The intro too.
The intro was crazy because Fabian had an intro already like pre-recorded that we were gonna use. And then I was like, fuck, fool, like let me use the sound that's ours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That we don't have to
Rip.
so we don't have to pay anybody or whatever. So I remember like I told this fool, I was like, give me like 10 minutes, wait. Within fucking 5 minutes, I swear to God, we figured out the intro. So like all the the intro that you hear, it's obviously something that I came up with, and obviously Fabian had the sick ass intro. So I just used his audio and put it on top of the mix or whatever. So let's talk about like the first episodes first before we get to that.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy, bro. Like, but I think I don't know if I ever had like a limit of how many episodes I thought we were gonna do, but I know there was a point where we're like, fuck, bro, like we might run out of ideas.
Yeah.
Because it got to the point where like, oh, we have to do this every week now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a responsibility.
So I don't like, for me, there's no like quitting me, dog. So as soon as you're like, hey, let's do it, I'm like, I'm down, bro. Like whenever you tell me you're gonna pull the plug, that's the last episode I'll do with you. But other than that, that's like, cool. We're locked in, homie.
Yeah. So yeah, like pretty much going from what you said, September had the idea. I always wanted to do a podcast that will supplement my clothing brand that's still in the works. Still after this
I'm
day.
not even gonna comment on that,
bro. Which I have some news for y'all maybe in like a couple of weeks, because I'm gonna be fucking recovering from this procedure. But anyways, I've always wanted to have something to supplement some free content for fans and customers and whatever and whatnot. And I've always wanted, because like making a video, making a movie, like a short film, short scary movie, or an animation, it's very hard. It's you fucking gotta draw your shit out, gotta have drafts and all that. Fucking making a movie or a little small film for like Sense No Evil, which is all based on fears. Making that fucking a scary movie in 5 minutes that'll last 5 minutes. It was very hard, right? Getting actors and writing scripts and fucking getting locations and all that shit. So it's like, not to say that I took the easy way out, but podcasting is a very easy, free way out, and it's something that it still stimulates me creatively, right? Like, we're here 40 weeks after, still talking about, shit that like we like, the scary shit that we're into, or just weird conspiracies, and just talking to the homie, which is what I wanted to do anyway. So we finally came up with the podcast. I think I got the name. Should I even say where I got the name? I got the name from a Coheed and Cambria song. Coheed and Cambria is one of my favorites.
I don't think any of our listeners know who Coheed is.
Oh, that's good.
So respectfully.
I mean, I don't think I'm going to get in trouble or anything, because it's not the same fucking name, but they have a song called Everything Evil, which I really liked from the first album that they made, which is cool because he's got that iconic hi-hat shit that he does, that Josh Shepard does in the drums, big fans of his. But I always thought that's cool. Everything Evil, right? It has to do with Sense No Evil, evil, everything, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, I wish I could use Everything Evil, but, that I would probably get in trouble with that by some of my idols. So I was like, all right, what's the next thing I can do? So then we kind of like brainstormed a little bit, and then we ended up going with Anything Evil, which is, I think, even better.
Honestly, yeah, because I think anything evil just rolls off the tongue better. Better rolls off the tongue better.
High as food.
High as
here.
food. Yeah,
I already drunk off the 40. So
because
wait.
I remember when because your clothing line is
Sense no evil.
Sense no evil.
So
So
this fool's drunk.
Sense
Yeah.
no evil.
Yeah,
So to
uh-huh.
me, I was like, bro, that's sick. So I was thinking that it was all gonna be under that umbrella.
Yeah.
But when you said anything evil, I was like, that's perfect because now
Yeah.
we don't have any limitations on what to talk about on the
Exactly.
podcast. So
Exactly. Right,
and
because it's anything.
yeah,
Exactly.
and the fact that, and I think it was funny, right? Because we were doing the idea of like it's gonna be like a phobia based like
Yeah.
podcast, but like after a few weeks we realized like there's only so much we can talk about, right? So I think after we kind of gave ourselves that green light of like, hey, we can pretty much talk about anything.
Yeah, it's in the fucking name.
As long as it's interesting and it
Yeah.
has an evil perspective to it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
So I think once you came up with the name, and I was like, bro, like that's perfect. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing like it. And again, you can talk about anything, bro. And I think that's the beauty of it because like we've mentioned before, we like to question shit. We
Yeah.
like to really dig into stuff and kind of play devil's advocate at the end of the day because we always want to hear two sides of everything. So like I think once we had the idea of like let's release our first episode on Halloween,
Yeah.
like, and that shit was coming fast,
Hell
bro. Like
yeah.
I remember because we started like I want to say
September.
August, September-ish.
Yeah.
And so we're like, well, we got like 2.5 months, and we're like, so we got time.
Yeah.
And those 2 fucking months flew, dog.
Do you remember the fucking little cagada thing that we used? The fucking little interface?
Oh my god. Not even
Did
that.
was the first episode recorded with that
I don't
interface?
even think we ever used it.
No? Because
No.
I remember I had a laptop and
Well, because remember
connected-
the connection was all fucked up, so we had to cut it up.
yeah.
So I don't think we were. I think we were still trying to figure out how to connect to Logic
Right.
to record on Logic, but
Oh yeah, because we only had the
'cause we had
interface
si-
with the one.
Yeah, with the one. So that's why it was difficult.
Yeah.
And then we didn't. I was obviously I've never done podcasting, so it was new to me. So I had to figure out how to like
Yeah.
do all the mic shit, how
Yeah.
to make sure we can record the podcast, so that way it's not all weird and shit. But I do remember all the piece of shit equipment that we did have in the beginning,
the fucking headphones
and to
shit.
and to think even now, like we don't have expensive mics. Like the mics
Yeah.
that we have are like maybe $80. This motherfucker found one for $30. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like, and the fact that we still get compliments on like the audio and how
Yeah.
and
I
how it
saw you,
sounds
big dog.
because
Yeah.
I feel like, at least for me, like I know I take pride in podcasts that sound good, because I feel like that's a big fall off for like a lot of
Oh,
people
yeah.
that podcast is their audio is just bad. And I'm not saying our audio is like
The
top of
best.
the line, but it's clear. You know what the
yeah.
fuck we're saying. Like it's comfortable in the ear. There's no like we try not to peak. I know there's times where we fucking peak and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. I mean, I just still remember like trying.
humble days though. Yeah.
Just even talking into the mics, bro. Remember how hard it was for
Yeah.
us? It was just bad, bro. Because oh, go ahead.
No. Well, what I was gonna say is like, even talking to the mics, right, bro? This little cagada fucking interface that we used, bro. There'd be times where like we would have like the perfect take. Honestly, to tell you the truth, episode 0, our very first episode, dude, that shit took like 7 takes. And then I think like the first 2 were like the first one was good, second one was awesome, third one was great.
Man.
But like it kept on getting worse and worse
It did
because
get
that
worse.
fucking shit, like something would happen. We couldn't get it right. The audio was weird, and yeah, what you guys got was the best of what we could. But like, I wish we would have had like a external recorder to record like those funny ass conversations.
and that's why I was mad at you when we finally decided, hey, we need to start having a guest, and we brought up your brother, and you had that piece of shit condenser mic.
yeah,
And and I remember like at the end of that, your brother was like, well, why do you want it to sound good? I was like, bro, because I don't want people to come in here and be like, oh, the microphones suck, so I don't want to listen to it. Because playing back all that shit, bro, like it it frustrated me how bad our first guest episode was.
Yeah.
As much as people enjoyed it, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, which I'm very happy and proud of. And just the fact that we got your brother here for was
Yeah.
actually crazy. But I think that's why for me was like, all right, once we realized, like, all right, bro, like,
Let's take this shit serious.
let's take this
Yeah.
shit serious and let's make sure at least that it sounds decent, you know. So
Yeah.
when people come on, they're proud of like, hey, listen to this episode I was
Yeah.
on, you know, like it's not like, you know, you get invited to a bullshit podcast and then you can't hear this fool, he's too low or he's too loud
Yeah.
or, you know. So that's why I think once we started having the guests, like that was something that I was like, we need to like figure this out, but we got to
Yeah.
buy like
And lock in.
all the same mics,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I think pretty quickly right after that, I think I think you were on the search for an interface. I remember you
Yeah.
bought 2 before you got this one.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
You got one that just had 2 and maybe a third. And then we're just like, well, what if we have a fucking fourth? You know, like a you know, couple guests at the same time. And then so like we had to fucking research that stuff, and we'll talk about that whole fucking
yeah.
that journey that what happened that almost happened. But I think like pretty quickly, like like the big dog said, we had to lock in real quick with my brother's podcast. Did we use we didn't use an AKG for his, right?
No, you guys
Yeah.
had the
Just like fucking regular mic.
because I remember I was upset at you because that was your only one fucking mission was, hey, bro, over the weekend, just get a mic. You know, whatever it costs, you know, we'll split it. And then you show up as this piece of shit mic that just sounded like shit. And so obviously, like, you know, we were kind of able to work around it. But, like, I was just like, no,
Yeah.
but we're not going to have
No,
this
yeah.
because especially if it's a guest episode, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, we want our guests to be like, hey, bro, like, these fools know what the fuck they're doing. Like, I sound good. We sounded
Yeah.
good. But obviously, good thing it was your brother because your brother don't give a fuck, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm glad.
Still respect. man.
Respect the fact
Yeah.
that he fucking
No, I
gave
appreciate
us the
that.
time of day, you know. So shout
Yeah.
out to Chris, and you know, if you guys, again, I know that was our sponsor for a couple weeks.
Definitely would probably have him back just to
Yeah, I'll be
kind of
down.
redeem, you know, all that stuff.
I'll be down.
And I have a lot more questions too regarding his shit. but,
Yeah,
yeah. So, yeah. Apologize. That was our first guest. I think that was episode 9 of our podcast. If you guys want to check it out, it's my older brother Chris. And let me see, where's it at? Yeah, episode 11.
oh yeah, 11.
Episode 11. My older brother Chris, owner of Dream Slam Wrestling, SoCal Wrestling promotion, still going strong.
Bro, it's crazy how many fools that I work with that go to that fools
Yeah.
every single event, bro.
No, I fucking appreciate everybody that comes up and says like, dude, what the fuck? I didn't know it was your brother's. Like even Balloon, he's come a couple times, and he's just like talking shit, you know, fucking bully like always.
What Balloon does and shit. Yeah,
But yeah, SoCal, you know, the wrestling scene's still pretty cool, and it gives me great pride that my brother's promotion's probably one of the top SoCal promotions in
it
Cali.
really is, bro. It gets
you
a
know.
lot of traction.
So it's that's cool, and hopefully I can wrestle for them one of these days. But we'll get down that road when we get there. But yeah, dude. Lot of mistakes. You know, we've of course with that fucking mic. That's my bad.
But
and
honestly,
shit.
bro, like I think it was cool because like it's one of those things where you like appreciate the craft more and like
Yeah.
in the beginning because I remember like after we would finish an episode, be like, "Fuck, fool, like did I fuck up? What did we say?" You know, like we were very cautious about what we were talking about because we don't want to come off as
yeah,
dumb, you know. So we were always so nervous. It was always very tough. Like now we can just be like, "Hey, bro, I'll meet you in 30 minutes. We'll come in, set up within
yeah, dude.
within an hour and a half. We have a fucking episode." You know what I'm
Lately
saying?
in like the last couple 10 episodes, like it's just been like that, dude. Like we just fucking shoot the shit, get work done, and that's it.
Because I
But
remember
what changed though? Like what do you think changed?
I think after, because remember we used to meet up Wednesdays and Fridays. So Wednesdays we would record, and then Fridays we would try to record the following week's episode.
Yeah.
So we'd always have an episode ahead
in the can.
and I think it was the comfortability got so much better to where we're like, okay, even if we don't have an idea, we're confident enough now to we're like, all right, bro, we'll just feed off of each other's conversations, you know? So like it was like that one time when your lady showed up. Remember when we talked about technology?
Mm.
that was one of my favorite episodes because I was nervous that she was here, but the fact that we just locked in and we just, I guess you can just say we bullshitted the whole fucking, just the whole conversation. And she was like, how the fuck did you guys do that? And to me, I'm like, bro, like
25 years of friendship.
It's just vibes, you know. It's just like, you know, like, yeah, like yin and yang, like out here, bro. So like, to me, like that's when I was like, oh, bro, like we have what it takes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think for me, that's why like sometimes I'll go back and I'll listen to like the first couple episodes and be like, damn, bro, like you can tell how nervous we were to fucking record. But I think those few episodes really like gave us like that strength because we were seeing views that we didn't expect, and I think that's what it was. Because I was like, you know, maybe we'll get 5 if we're lucky, maybe 10 views. And the fact that we were pulling close to 40 views an episode, dog, to me that was like, damn, bro, like,
oh yeah,
motherfuckers are really out here like listening to our shit
too.
Yeah, dog. Like I don't think from like obviously the numbers that we're pulling, I don't think we've done an episode that's had less than 25 listens, you know. And obviously that's a big deal. That's 25 people listening to our shit, bro. And like, you know, I guess you can still consider us like a brand new podcast, you know. Obviously we're going up against millions other ones, bro, you know. So the fact that 30 people took the time out of the day, a lot of people, that's still a lot, bro. Like the fact that they still take the time out of the day, or like if we don't post, hey, bro, where the fuck is the episode? Like you're fucking up my drive to work, or you know, shit like that, dog. So like I'm very appreciative and grateful, dog, for that. And like it's just fun, dog. It's fun that we're actually just fucking doing it now. And the fact, like you said, like we get to see each other every week. We're locking in. You know, I'll ask you, fan, what are we talking about? I don't know. Let's figure it out. We'll just press record and lock in, dog. You know, times, so it's sick, dog.
Yeah. So let's piggyback on our journey to the equipment, and let's talk about that weird. We're not talking shit. You know, it's just opportunities that came, and it's just so weird how shit happens.
So I remember when I like how Fabian mentioned that I had gone through a couple interfaces because I kept buying the wrong one, and I kept telling this for it's this one. So I ended up going through like 3 interfaces until I found the one that we have currently now. And I remember I found it on OfferUp. And so I reached out to the guy and I was like, hey, bro, like, you know, I'm interested in buying your thing, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't hear for that fool for a couple of days until like a week later. He's like, hey, bro, my bad. Like I was working, da-da-da. He's like, here's my address. Like if you want to meet up. And this motherfucker lived far, bro. Like this fool was out there close to Thousand Oaks. So I remember busting my ass after work, drove out there, and fucking, who would have thought, bro? The guy that fucking is selling the interface is the head of a podcast network, right?
Crazy.
So then,
when you told me, bro,
I was tripping out because so I show up to the guy's house, right? Beautiful house. I'm not thinking anything of it. The guy comes in, you know, he's like, oh, let me plug it in so you can try it out, this and this and that.
Right.
And then he asked me, he's like, oh, yeah. The guy's like, sorry, you know, I was in the back with my wife in our sauna. I was like, Spencer, homie. So he connects all the shit. Cool, it works. And then right before I left, he's like, oh, so like, what are you using it for? And I was like, oh, like me and my buddy are starting a podcast and like we just need an interface where we can have 4 connections in the front to make it easier once we have guests. He's like, interesting. He's like, he's like, I run a podcast network. And I was like, what? And obviously I'm not going to say his name because, you know, I don't, you know, like, so it tripped me out. And I was like, oh, you do? He's like, yeah, bro. Like I work with Netflix, this and this. Like, I think he just filmed Prime Video. He worked with, what's the other one? It's one of the other, streaming networks. Which one was it?
From what I remember, Amazon Studios.
It's Amazon Studios, and then it's the one with the mountain. What is it? Paramount. And this fool low-key has a podcast that went #1 worldwide. So this fool, you know, he had everything. He showed me everything. He showed me his website, and he's like, blah, blah, blah. So then, obviously, I'm not going to be like, oh, hey, bro, like, put us on type shit. But he's like, hey, man, like, take my info. Like, if you guys are ever ready to, like, you know, talk about business, like I would love to have you guys on my podcast. And in my head, I'm like, well, you don't even know, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even really know us like that. And he was like, no, bro, like I like to start opportunities fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if this is something that you guys are taking serious, I would love to work with you guys. And then he asked me, what's your guys' podcast about? And I was like, oh, it's about phobias and fears and stuff, you know? And he's like, oh, shit. He's like, that's cool. He's like, what's it called? I was like, Anything Evil. He's like, all right. He's like, have you guys recorded anything? I was like, yeah. Like, we have, like, I think we had, like, 4 episodes under our belt by that time. So he's like, cool, bro. Like, I'll check it out. And then, you know, I'll reach out to you guys. So to me, you know, I'm, like, over here just,
Like,
I'm walking out of his house. The first thing I do is call Fabian. I was like, bro. And he didn't answer. But I was like, bro, call me back as soon as possible. So I'm driving back home.
Fool, I got like a fucking knot in my heart. I was like,
bro.
dude. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck happened?
I'm driving home. Like 15, 20 minutes later, this fool calls me. He's like, what's up, bro? He's like, dog, you're not going to believe this. The motherfucker I just picked up the interface has his own podcast network. And he's actually interested in working with us. And this fool's like, nah, you know. And I was tripping out because it's like, bro, like, what the fuck? So again, like, we didn't want it to get to our heads, right? But like, the fact that was an opportunity, right? So whatever. So then, you know, I finally get home, you know, I'm figuring out how to work this thing, blah, blah, blah. Dude reaches out to me. He's like, hey, bro, I've been listening to your stuff and I'm actually like really into it. He's like, if you guys are, you know, willing to work, like I have contracts for you guys so you guys can work under my network. And mind you guys, we're not even 10 weeks in. Like this is literally, we're recording our 5th episode. We're still brand new to this. Yeah. And we got offered contracts to be part of a podcast network. And it was crazy because obviously we couldn't talk about it because there was, you know, obviously like he told me, he's like, oh, you guys obviously can't say anything obviously before like signing, you know, contracts because then if it doesn't pop out, like, you know, there's issues on my end and like blah, blah, blah. So then obviously me and Fabian sat on it for like 2 weeks because we just didn't know what to do, right? So then me and Fabian sat down, we talked about it, and we're like, well, what's the worst that can happen, right? It's an opportunity where we're not really going to pull views because at that time too, since it was a brand new network on his end, he had like, I think, or has like 5 other podcasters on his network. The only issue that we had was that these podcasts were pulling almost the same views that we were pulling at the time.
If not less.
So then I was like, well, the exposure is really not going to be there yet. You know what I'm saying? Because although this individual has a lot of plugs and knows people in Hollywood, in LA, in the podcast world, like this motherfucker was in like big movies, bro. Like, so then we sat down, we reached out to the guy, hey, bro, I think we're ready to sign, right? And I'll give the guy credit because he made it very simple, right? He's like, if you guys don't trust me, he's like, you guys can run my contract through like ChatGPT. You can run my shit online. You can check my shit, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That way you guys know that it's not like you guys aren't signing your life away. Boom. 2 days later, we receive contracts. I'm getting fucking chills, bro. Get 2 contracts. Anything Evil plus so-and-so, right? So now I remember, I think it was the day we were supposed to record it, and we just sat in here for a good 2 hours, dog, reading over the contracts, reading over, like, the ins and outs, you know, the percentages, the cuts, like, everything, right? And this is new to us because we've never dealt with, like, obviously, like, contracts before, you know, and I don't know what it was, bro. And like, I think once we like ran it through ChatGPT and like other different, like whatever, like me and Fabian kind of got that, like, you know, that feeling in our stomach of like, whoa, I don't know if I'm ready for this, bro, you know, because I think it happened so fast. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, you guys fucked up. You should have taken that opportunity. Yeah. But it was also that it was going to cost us more money to sign to this contract than for us to see money any within like a year and a half, right? So then we got the contracts. We're in contact with this guy, you know, going back and forth. And I think once me and Fan realized, like, you know what, bro, like, let's give the podcast 6 months on our own. See where it goes, see where we're at. And if shit changes, like, we'll reach out to the guy.
Yeah, because he was super cool.
Yeah, super chill.
He wasn't the cool thing about him is that, you know, he wasn't going to own your intellectual property. Everything was ours. It was more like, you know, us promoting other stuff on, obviously, like, hot sponsorships. You know, like, you hear typical podcast today with, you know, sponsors for fucking, you know, like the lawnmower, Manscaped, right? You hear all that stuff, and it's typically one of those things too. But the owner of this particular network, he was super cool, dude. He kind of walked us through everything. He even said like, "Yeah, man, like I know this is kind of scary since everything's happening real fast. You know, like please, you know, if you're not sure today, you know, you have my info. I'm still here. You know, always, you know, reach out if you need anything. Even if you don't sign, I can still, you know, help you out and answer."
Like actually, like, the cool thing about that dude is he really gave us like a breakdown of like
how shit works. Yeah,
how shit works, how
Mhm.
like we would get our numbers up, what
Yeah.
we need to do to get a viewership, you know, and just all that stuff, you know. So like, so shout out to him, bro, because he really like kind of like took us under his wing for like a few weeks, and like obviously I think once me and Faven decided, you know what, bro, like let's give the podcast a chance to
Yeah.
see like what our people would do for us and like what we're willing to do for the podcast, you know. And obviously like, you know, we did have a lot of plans, you know, we want to do a Patreon and like videos and shit like that, and it's just like obviously like, you know, like the camera thing kind of like went like we bought some fucking bullshit cameras that just didn't work, so
Oh, yeah.
we just ended up like kind of leaving it as an audio only podcast, because obviously then, you know, Fabian's schedule started getting difficult, my schedule started getting difficult, so like we don't really have anybody to like
Yeah, it's just me and
edit the fucking videos, you know, and
yeah.
like so it was just a bunch of shit, bro, that like we just
Not making any excuses.
yeah,
or anything,
so like
but
the fact that, and that's why I told Faye, and I was like, bro, like the fact that we had a contract already presented to us 5 weeks into the podcast, bro, was fucking insane to us. And
Yeah.
sure, you know, looking back, you know, I think still to this day, I think we did the right thing,
yeah,
because I think it's different when you play with like other people's businesses, and you know,
yeah.
we were still like on a
Well,
seesaw.
like how you said, always go with the gut feeling, right?
Yeah.
It's never gonna turn you the wrong way. And yeah, like you said, man, like, you know, we're signed to a contract. So like now it's like not even like me and you just coming in and having fun. Now it's like, who knows? It needs to be structured.
Yeah, what
it
kind
needs
of
to
changes
be,
are we gonna come? Yeah,
It needs to be every week. You know, it can't be like, oh, hey, you can't have mistakes like how you had how we had mistakes like a couple weeks ago. And so it's like, you know, that, I mean, it comes with the business, right? But like, I don't think we were too prepared for that.
yeah,
And then we kind of wanted to bet on ourselves, you know, because we just like, well, you know what? Like how the big dog says, like, we'll see what we can do in 6 months, which I still think we went, like Big Dog said, like, I think we did the right thing too, you know, like we learned a little bit more on our own. Essentially, it's like we just like, not to say that we big time the podcast network guy, but we essentially big timed, and we're just like, you know what? I know you want to take us with you, but we're just going to do it our own way. We want to go through the wall on our own. We want to make the mistakes on our own. We don't want to, you know, make you look bad because we're brand new, we're young, right? And so we're going to make a lot of mistakes like we have, right? And we don't want to represent your company doing that shit, you know?
And like obviously, like, and I think like moving forward, like eventually, yes, like we do want to have like, and obviously the studio we're in now is the studio we're going to use and are currently using, you know. So eventually, like, you know, we do want to set up cameras in here. We do want to get like audio and or like live, and you know, obviously, and like, that's why we're trying to build up the YouTube channel, because we don't want to start putting out shit when, you know, it's really not gonna. If it's taking more time out of our days to upload these videos and we're only getting like 5 views max, like, it's not that it's not worth it to us, but I think the audio right now suits us good because it's not too much responsibility and it's not too much like time consuming, because obviously both of us do have very busy schedules, and like the fact that we can push out an episode a week is actually insane. Despite, you know, this for working 2 jobs, and you know, sometimes I don't know if I'm gonna work an 8-hour or a 12-hour shift, you know. So it was exciting, bro. And I will say this:
Very
that
cool.
Those 3 weeks that we were dealing with this fool, I'm not gonna lie, fool, I was walking around kind of like a piece of shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like telling people like, bro, you guys don't understand, like, big shit's coming our way. And I remember we would always announce it on the podcast, like, bro, we got good news and this, and then
Can't talk about it yet.
and then we just stopped talking about it, dog. So
Yeah.
I think the fact that, you know, we're like, it's kind of crazy how like we just met a fucking big time
Yeah.
out of nowhere. And like the fact that he had the faith in us to be like, hey, bro, I want you guys on my network. But I think for us, it's just like, well, we're not bringing in enough yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, that's why I told Fane, I was like, well, look, bro, like, we're not making any money off of this shit now. You know, like, I think once we reach a certain like mark, you know, a certain amount of videos, certain amount of views, certain amount of followers, like once we can start asking for sponsorships and like, you know, our numbers are growing, then I think it'll be cool to start reaching out to like networks and shit. And obviously I would love to, you know, eventually work with that guy, and, you know, hopefully he would still like to work with us. But yeah, guys, that was one of those things for us where like, fuck, dog, I don't, like, sometimes I couldn't even believe it, dog, because I still have, sometimes I'll even go back and still look at the contract, bro, like the fact that that I still have it.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, like that was
made it really real.
We made it real, dog. And I think just thinking like, damn, bro, like this is an option. You know what I'm saying? Like we could be part of something big.
Yeah.
You know, but I think obviously like it's more of like I feel like we needed to earn that spot. You know,
I was about to say that, bro. I just felt like, yeah, we didn't earn it, because it did happen like through serendipity, right? Like, oh hey,
yeah,
it just happens that I own a podcast network. Well, that's so weird, right? Coincidence. So it's you know, like we're from fucking Santa Ana, bro. I know like people hate to hear that and shit a lot, but you know, we bust our ass to get to where we're at. You know, obviously, like we're saying, we had to bust our ass, go to work sometimes twice. You know, 16-hour shifts just to afford new mics, new interfaces, all the shit that we got to do, right?
Yeah,
and so
all the presets and shit, yeah.
We earn like that, right? You know, and so when we got that opportunity, deep down, I know we felt like we didn't earn.
Yeah, and I think like obviously now that we're like talking about it, people are gonna be like, "Oh, like you guys are dumb. You should have just."
Yeah, I know.
And I know a lot of people, like, you know, that happens to certain people, and obviously like it works for them, and you know, good for them, you know. But I think that feeling of like, not that it felt like a handout, but it was pretty much a handout. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for me, I would have been like, well, sure, it could have just been the right place at the right time type of situation, but I think at the end of the day, like the way we are, like we want to present like, hey guys, like we did this without any big networks like backing us. This is our resume. This is what we can do. This is who we are. And I think then that's when I'd be proud of motherfuckers like actually be like, hey, you know what? I got 4 different networks like wanting to sign you fools right now. Like, you know, so to me, obviously it was bigger than that, right? And
though también, not to talk shit, I think you should never go to the first thing that you get, right? Like if you're getting like a record deal or anything.
Yeah, definitely.
Never go to the first record deal.
Yeah, because although like his terms were very fair, and I will say that like for, you know, because even he told us like, bro, like if you see like the contracts are 360 contracts, like what you guys are essentially getting is you're pretty much keeping everything that's under your name, and you guys are only going to pay me a percentage of whatever you guys make, and that was pretty much it, you know. And like, and so when me and Fame were going through the contracts, you know, we were obviously looking through all the ins and outs and all the goods, all the cons, you know. And I think at the end of the day, you know, we kind of just figured, you know what, bro, like let's just do this on our own for now. And again, if we do end up committing to this, if this does become a part of our lives where we're, you know, again doing this shit week in, week out, and we have, bro. So I think for us, like, being at the 40th episode now, where we were at fucking, like you said, fucking 39 weeks ago, dog, like you would have thought, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And the fact that we have fans, bro, like that shit's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
I always have motherfuckers like telling me.
Does make me feel a certain
bro,
way.
it feels so fucking, it feels cool, dog, you know, because like us being failed musicians, bro.
Half people that I don't even fucking know, you know, and I'm sure my fans, you don't know them, and then your fans don't know me. So it's like, it's kind of cool. It is cool. It's awesome to see all the likes, you know, on the Instagram pages, and you know, it's like, who the fuck is this guy? But shit, appreciate the like, hell yeah, you know, like, and so, yeah, man. Again, I know that was like a long story, but it all, you know, it's all part of the Anything Evil journey to episode 40, and you know, that'd be cool little cool little insight to what happened. And
Yeah.
all that good news is coming up soon. And
That shit was funny, bro. We were so hyped on that shit, dog.
yeah, but let's throw it back to some other memories of the Anything Evil podcast. So we've had what, I think 8 guests, nine guests so far.
6, no?
Nah, it's been like,
Because it's been your brother. It was Chris. It was Ovi. It was Tony.
let's see, it's
Who else do we have?
Chris,
We only had 4 guests, dog.
other Chris, Ovi, Tony, Teddy,
Oh, Teddy. Yeah. Oh, and AG.
AG. I think AG was the last one.
Yeah, AG was the last one.
So that's what?
It's 5 or 6.
Is that 5 or 6? Let me real quick. 1, 2.
Yeah, I think it was 6.
6.
Yeah,
Oh
it was
shit, we
6.
had 6. So, from the 6 guests that you've had, or that we've had, which one's your favorite one?
Honestly, I think for me, I would have to go with Ovi's episode. Only because we hadn't seen that motherfucker in years, bro.
True that.
Like,
I literally haven't seen him.
mind you, this motherfucker,
fucking
I can walk
years.
out of my house and I can see his house. Like, that's how close he lives to me. And
Yeah.
we just never see this fool. But I think what I liked about his episode is how genuine he was. And, like, on top of that, how, like, nervous he was about it, too. Because I remember he showed up in his fucking dumbass electric bike.
Still making
Yeah, we were
payments.
still making payments and shit. You know, we were
Sick,
drinking
right?
40s, you know, just it was more of like the guys catching up, the boys, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The old
Oh, yeah.
skate crew, so to me, that one, I cherish that one a lot because that's obviously one of our boys since, you know, we
Yeah.
were fucking elementary school, dog.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
the fact that he was able to open up and talk about his like the struggles and everything he went through was cool, dog, you know, and like, for me, I enjoyed that episode a lot, dog. So like, shout out to Ovi, you know, thank you for like pulling up and shit and give us the time of day.
Yeah.
But what about yours?
Honestly, I love them all. But one of my favorite ones might shock you, but some guy that I've never met, Teddy. Well, I met him before, but
Teddy's was cool too.
I
dog.
was like, wasn't friends with him like how you guys are friends with him and shit. You know, it was more like an acquaintance with me. But like, dude, that podcast he put out, bro, shit was fucking, as they say, tits. It was great.
And that was great
It's
too
fucking
because
cool.
at that point, I think we started getting the audio better, dog.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's a talker way.
Oh, yeah.
He's very descriptive. So I obviously, again, like you said, I enjoyed all of them, bro.
Yeah.
And I think Teddy's episode was cool too because he's a great fucking storyteller.
Yeah.
Guy's fucking hilarious. And it's just, you know, it was a good fucking time with that fool.
Yeah. Literally did no work, bro. It was like the
Yeah.
easiest fucking episode
Yeah.
to record, and it was great. Would you have any guests back, if not all of them, or?
I would like to have a round 2 with all the guests
Yeah.
just to see, like, you know, if they
So-
have any updates or like how live's been for them and
Yeah.
if they still listen to the episode or
Mhm.
you know, whether they do or they don't matter. But obviously, you know, like, I know you guys have noticed that we haven't had guests, you know,
Yeah.
like it's just been tough to get people out here and
Yeah, exactly.
you know, obviously everybody's got work, everybody's got families or they got shit going on.
It's very tough.
But we do have a couple guests lined up for the next few weeks, so hopefully we'll get those out to you guys because I know you guys do like when we have guests, you know, and I know how much you guys hate that we talk about Santa Ana and all that shit, but you know, it's where we're from, dog, you know. So like, I think that's why it's cool that like pretty much everybody was from
Yeah.
Santa Ana, you know,
Yeah.
like, so it was cool. Our people that
our
we grew
people
up with, you know what I'm
first.
saying? Definitely our people
Yeah.
first. So again, guys, you know, there's always an open invite to anybody that wants to join the podcast, you know, like, feel free to reach out. Like,
Yep. Shoot us a comment, DM.
we
whatever
want
you
to
got.
hear what you guys do, what
Yep.
you guys are afraid of, like your experiences, you know. So like,
Any advice,
you know,
all that
and
good stuff.
obviously if you guys, you know, do the episodes now, you guys are locked in for life, bro. You know, we don't want you. Obviously, if we ever do blow up and we start hitting, you know, 100,000 views, I don't want all of a sudden everybody, oh, let me hop on. I'll fuck you, homie. You know what I'm saying? We're going to take care of ours, the ones that have been
Yeah.
here since day one. That's why we're trying to do these little raffles every fucking 10
Yeah.
episodes to show our,
Gratitude and
our
all that.
gratitude and our appreciation to every single one of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, like despite like obviously like having the guests and shit, like what episodes like do you feel like fuck, bro, like that was either a good episode or a hard episode? I'm just not a fan of it, you know?
I've had a couple of them. Not gonna lie. I mean, yeah, like I'm not gonna lie. There has been a couple episodes where I don't know if it was like good or like it's like like I know I fucking shit the bed, right? But I really like talking about some of my favorite episodes with you, Big Dog, was talking about like Christmas and New Year's. Some of our traditions
that
and
shit
all
was
that.
sick, bro.
You know, like the weird like atole and all that.
Yeah.
And fucking what your traditions were and how like you guys waited. You guys don't wait, right? Or
Nah, we
Yeah.
don't even make it to 11, dog.
exactly. Like yeah, we waited. We did like try to fucking whitewash our Christmases, you know, but yeah, like those were some of my favorite episodes where we talk about like our families and shit. Those are always fun. Obviously, there's been a couple episodes where we talk about like weird phobias too.
Yeah.
That one's pretty funny. Not the best, but we actually got a lot of comments on that one.
We
so,
did, and I feel like most of the times the episode we're not a big fan of,
Yeah.
a lot of you fools enjoy it. So I
Yeah.
think it goes to say, guys, like if you have anything,
Uh-huh.
just put it out, bro. Like
Yeah.
who knows?
Literally exactly what you said. I was like, like I remember recording that episode where we talked about fears of like fucking peanut butter and fucking
Oh yeah,
balloons and all that shit. And like after I was like, fuck, I don't feel too good about it, but fuck it. I mean, fuck it. We just need to pull something out for next
Yeah.
week. And then all of us said, oh my God, you guys fucking best episode. That shit was fucking great and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I felt like that wasn't my best, but
yeah,
hey, appreciate that. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Appreciate that. But I think lately, bro, like these past couple episodes talking about fucking death and disposal.
I feel like we have been killing
The-
it lately, bro. What the episodes we've been doing.
Root of all evil, money, you know, the aliens. What do you think about all the edits? You know, like all the thumbnails and
the
all
fucking
that.
edits are sick, bro.
También, right?
The edits have been
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, they've been trying pretty hard on that, you know. So that's kind of where I'm at. What about you, Big Dog? What's some of your favorite episodes?
Fuck, I'll be honest with you. Like, I think, and I fucking hate the fact that my favorite episode, we had like a fucking mic issue, dog.
Yeah.
It was the episode, obviously, when you talked about like your family and shit, and like
Oh,
the
yeah,
episode
yeah.
you broke down on, right? And like, and I, you know, it sucked because that was such a genuine fucking
Yeah.
episode that we had, bro. And like, again, I rarely ever see you like that, bro. But it pissed me off that the mic fucking peaked, dog, as soon as we were talking about shit. So like, you can obviously hear like, you know,
The
like
volume
the
change.
volume change and all that stuff. So like, but to me, it was like, it was cool to see that. Cause I know like sometimes people are like, oh, like, you know, don't share too much or this and
Yeah.
that, you know, but I think what got us the audiences was that we can get vulnerable, dog. We talk
Yeah.
about the shit that we go through like real individuals, bro. Everybody's got shit they got going on. There's death, there's, you know, pain, there's suffering, but there's also happiness, joy, good memories, bad memories. So I think just the fact that we were able to get so fucking personal so quick, to me, was interesting because I was like, damn, especially coming from you, dog. You know, because you know me, bro. Like, I can talk anybody's ear off, you know, but sometimes, you know, you can be a little closed off, and, you know, and again,
yeah.
that's just everybody's got their own way of dealing with shit.
Well, I mean, I wear my heart on my sleeve, right? So
Yeah, dog, you
it's,
know. But I think also that episode that we did about technology when your lady was here, I think just the fact that she was
Episode 7.
impressed with how fucking dumb, you know, because she obviously is like, oh, well, you guys are fucking idiots. How the fuck did you guys manage to pull that off? Like, it was cool to see, you know, because again, like, there's times where you know, we don't have ideas or we kind of have to just go on the fly and we make it happen, dog. So, but I did like, I think it was it last week's episode or the one previous where we talked about deaths and stuff. That one was cool because that was a little fucked up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just talking
Yeah.
about how we would like to die or ways we don't want to fucking die. But even like the episode we did, I think it was the Halloween episode where we talked about like our favorite scary movies and like
candies
shit
and
like
all
that.
that.
Like, to me, like, those were like cool fucking episodes, dog. Because I think that's when everybody kind of got like the gist of what this podcast was gonna be, and like they're getting to like see how like the type of like I guess connection that me and you have when it comes to doing the podcast, you know. But yeah, bro, like honestly, like for the most part, the first couple episodes we did were really fun. I know we had a little stretch of episodes where I wasn't a big fan of, but yeah, like I think as of late, I do enjoy all the shit that we've been putting out, and it makes me proud, dog. Again, like seeing people comment, dog, and not just cool episode, or you know, like the fact that they're leaving the emojis we're telling them,
bro.
The fact that motherfuckers are leaving paragraphs and just explaining shit. That shit to me feels so fucking good, dog. And that's why I told you, like, hey, bro, we need to start replying to these motherfuckers, because like they're already like taking time out of their day to listen to our shit, and on top of that, leave a comment, you know. So very grateful for everybody.
Yeah, no, I was shocked when I saw that big comment, and it was like well thought out, and it's like, oh yeah, this homie definitely listened to the episode.
Yeah, dog.
Know? So appreciate you. You know what I mean? That's just the fire that keeps us going, you know?
Yep.
The spark that keeps us going. So appreciate all that. What about, so now we're at 40 now.
Yeah.
So obviously every 10 episodes we usually like to, you know, do shit like this.
Yeah.
What do you see for episode 50 or our anniversary and Halloween, or what are the plans, or from
honestly, bro,
out,
like I think
how do you think all that shit's gonna go? Like, what can you see?
Honestly, for me, like I do want to keep the guests coming in, because I think the guest episodes are always really fun to do, because it's obviously we're getting to know people that we already know, but like on a deeper level, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to see us being more consistent and like advertising, marketing our shit, like seeing our brand grow, because as much as like we enjoy the fact that we're at a steady viewership every week, of course we want to see that shit grow, you know. Like obviously, like we're almost at 2,000. I think we might have already hit 2,000 plays total, which is fucking insane to me. But I do want us to like be able to interact with people more, like do a little more raffles, you know. Eventually do get the cameras in here and get us, you know, start putting out videos and shit like that, and like, you know, travel to different cities, have you know, little open mics and shit, meet people outside of the city.
That's something that I'm kind of working on right now. I'm like, because I mean, I don't think anybody from my work listens to the podcast, but bro, both of my jobs have like professional fucking studios that are free to use, right? All you need is just access to the building.
Oh, sick.
And so it's like, dude, like, and I just found that out for one of my jobs. Another one is like a big open space that's beautiful, like the landscape, walls are great. It's a very like, como se dice, like there's a lot of good reverb in there, and it's just like there's tables, and like all we gotta do is just bring a fucking laptop and fucking, you know, do that stuff. So I'm kind of working on that, trying to see how I can do that without getting in trouble. Which I don't think I will, but I mean, you know, so yeah, like exactly like how like some guests might be a little bit further away, and so we can probably meet halfway in some of these locations. But you know, that's true. That is something that I would like to do too, you know, like just kind of be more consistent. And I've been working on some edits, you know, like because like obviously there's no camera, you can't see our emotions, right? You can't see our face, you know, whatever. But I have been working on some, so you may see some kind of newer edits this week. You know, there might be like maybe 3 or 4 posts on the IG page, you know, TikTok too.
Yeah, I think we just gotta take more advantage of social media right now, dog. Because I think because
TikTok somehow went off. I think like maybe last week I got like fucking 100 likes somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like who's liking all my shit? I don't know if like one of my hashtags that I used got like popular that week, and so like everybody fucking found it. But yeah, for some reason I had a couple hundred likes on one particular post like last week, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, okay, like that's cool.
And like even like on top of that, like I think my biggest goal for the podcast is for your fucking dumbass to launch your fucking clothing brand already, bro. Like, cause like as much as we do enjoy like being able to pick out fans, you know, so we can give them with fucking authentic fucking merch. Like I want people to be able to like go on our website and be like, hey, you know what? I really like this fucking sweater that, you know, they gave. Let me, you know,
represent,
purchase one and show these fools love, you know. And like, again, you guys don't have to buy shit. You guys taking the time to listen, even if you're listening for 10, 15, 20 minutes, like that's already more than we even fucking could have guessed we would have received, you know. But I think obviously once the podcast gets bigger, I do want to be able to like connect with their fans more, you know, be able to like give back a little more and just show a little more appreciation, you know, because again, we're one of billion podcasts out there, bro, you know. And again, and the fact that people do come in, show love, and, you know, always hit us up like, when's the next episode, what do you guys want to talk about next, or, you know, little shit like that. Like, I just want us to like interact with our people a little more. But I mean, again, bro, like, it's crazy to think that we're already talking of the idea of like episode 50, you know what I'm saying? Because I genuinely, I didn't think we were going to get a 40, let alone, or 30, let alone 40, dog, you know? And like, and the fact that we already know what we're going to talk about next for the next few weeks, like, that shit makes me excited as fuck too. So we just want to let you guys know that we're not going anywhere anytime soon. We're not planning on stopping. There's no really quitting us unless government's like, hey, bro, you guys are fucking retarded. We can't keep putting this shit out. Like, then fuck it, dog. We don't have another option. But
bro, that happened to me, I think, last week too. My IG out of nowhere, couldn't log in, couldn't do shit. All my security codes were going, I don't know where. Right? It wasn't going to my phone, it wasn't going to my emails, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And one of our guests that we've had, Tony, he's like, maybe you got blocked, or maybe you got banned. And I was like, you know what? I never thought about that. Like, holy shit, maybe I did. And so, you know, but yeah, I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen to us again, right? It's already happened like a couple of times in our early episodes where people fucking, you know, they don't like what we say or don't like our opinion, and, you know, you just fucking give us a YouTube strike, and there you go, try to silence us. But, you know, we try our best not to get too crazy, you know, with our beliefs. You know, we just kind of just state opinions, not necessarily facts, but, you know, like,
because like I think for us too, we do like to challenge the idea of people's ideology, right? Like, we don't want to come off as anti anything, you know. Like, I know, and you know what's funny, like, I guess let's talk about we did record an episode, I think like 2-3 weeks ago.
Dude, that crazy.
And they got to the point where, like, as soon as we hit stop at the end of the podcast, me and Fabian just looked at each other and we're like, bro, we cannot put this shit out, bro. And it was funny because the turnaround for the next episode was almost immediately, bro. We're like, bro, let's just go home. We'll put this in the chamber. If we ever get a Patreon or, you know, whatever, this will be one of those secret episodes that most likely will probably never see the light of day.
Yeah.
But it was just funny as fuck because we started hot, bro.
Yeah.
Like, the first 5 minutes, I already knew, like, damn, bro.
Fuck it, let's
if we keep going at this rate, talk about being fucking exiled from everything, bro. Like, it's just one of those things where I feel like we ended up speaking mostly based off our emotions, and we weren't really like trying to be more like logical about certain shit. So we were just going at it, bro. And it was just funny because the fact, again, like at the end of the episode, once we finished, like we were like getting our shit done, and then I don't know if you said it or I said, I was like, bro, do you think like they would like come after us for this shit? And then the way I know how media and anything works for certain fucking words or whatever,
they totally
they would have came after us, bro. They would have definitely came after us. And I told Fane, you know what, bro? We're too young of a podcast, bro. We don't have power like that. I don't need motherfuckers knocking at my door, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that fucking episode's locked away, hidden. I don't even know what the fuck I have it saved under. But that shit was hilarious, bro.
Yeah, we went all out, and I'm sure y'all can imagine what we talked about. It's crazy, bro.
That shit was funny, insane, dog.
Yeah, that was a question I wanted to ask you. Like, is there any like, you know, hidden episodes that we've done that you want to talk about? And that's the main one, you know, like crazy.
and that's why it was funny too, because I know how it is with like certain like topics, and obviously a lot of the times you have to put warnings or it'll get flagged right away. So that's why I was like, bro,
You gotta say allegedly after everything.
and we didn't say one.
Yeah.
I think we might have said one.
Yeah,
one
once.
allegedly.
Yeah.
And we were just like, nah, bro. Like this, let's just not even play with that fucking fire right now, dog.
Yeah.
Because we don't need that. We don't need that kind of attention right now. We don't need fucking CIA or anybody fucking the elites coming after us, bro.
Yeah.
So that's why we put that shit to rest real quick.
Yeah.
And mind you, the fucking episode was like 2 hours and 15 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
It was one of our longer episodes.
I think we needed to let all that shit out though.
Yeah,
I was fucking pissed, bro, with all the
Low-key.
shit that's
Yeah, because
that we were talking about.
We did talk about a lot of touchy subjects, but I think we were just
pissed,
too
bro.
emotionally like invested, dog. So
Yeah.
that's why again, whenever we touch on religion or like, shit that's going on in the world, like we try to be very open-minded.
Yeah.
We're not trying to be vulgar or try to attack certain people's beliefs. Like at the end of the day, this is why we have this podcast, so me and Fabian can share those ideas and those thoughts with you guys and see how you guys react to them and see what kind of feedback you guys can share with us, because at the end of the day, this is like a safe space for everybody. And we don't want nobody to be like, oh, I don't listen to them because they're fucking bigots or because they're anti this or anti that. No, like we're open to anything, bro. We want to talk about everything, and this is why the podcast is called Anything Evil. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so that's why, like, that's why we want to have guests that are gonna challenge our beliefs, our thoughts, and just be able to have a conversation over it. Like nothing hostile, nothing crazy, and again, we always give the option to our guests when they come on if they want to be introduced as such, or they can just be a Jane Doe or whatever the fuck, So, it's just we want to hear what people are thinking about on a daily basis, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, pretty much as we wind down, again, appreciate y'all for being here, for making it this long, episode 40. Hopefully you're there for the next 10, episode 50, right? We have some cool stuff lined up. I know we always say that, but, gotta believe me. I'll be back, kids.
I'll be back.
Trust me.
Trust me.
It's gonna get milk. But those winners, please look out on your, DMs. We'll be reaching out, getting your sizes, and then maybe, wherever we're gonna send the package to.
Yeah, and give us maybe like a week, 2 weeks tops, because obviously we do got to get your guys' information, you guys' addresses, your sizes and stuff, so we can get everything properly made for you guys. Because whenever we do pick guests, we are genuinely like making these on the spot.
Yeah.
So these are
made
like
to order,
legit one of ones, or you guys are seeing it first, obviously. So yeah, so look out in your guys' inboxes. We'll be reaching out hopefully soon. Hopefully by the end of the weekend, you guys should already know who you are. So thank you guys again for putting in the effort, putting in the time, showing us love. And again, even if you guys have negative stuff to say about us, feel free, dog. Like the comment section is for everybody and for whatever you want to say, So if you guys didn't like the way maybe we said something, like feel free to correct us, Like again, we're here to learn. Obviously, we're not here to teach because we're just a fucking two brain cells just trying to figure it out, So we're just very thankful for you guys, for allowing us to present 40 fucking episodes for you guys. And hopefully we can do another fucking 40. And then I'm excited for like episode 100, dog, because that's a whole milestone in itself, So again, guys, thank you so much. We mean it from the bottom of our hearts. We are genuinely very grateful for each and every one of you. And hopefully you guys stick with us, man. Hopefully our content gets better. Yep. Hopefully we do challenge you guys and you guys can challenge us. And, interact with the guys, with us more. Feel free to hit us up if you guys have any questions, or if you guys want certain topics to be talked about, or if you guys want to hear us talk about certain shit, like let us know.
And pull up too.
Yeah, pull up. Stop being scared, bro.
Got something to say, even for 5 minutes or whatever. We could take a quick phone call. There's many ways to, get your word out there. So yeah, just hit us up.
We should do call-ins, bro. That'd be pretty sick. Just fucking just random
down.
as fuck. I'll be down to do that.
Kind of down. Yeah, so it's like I said, safe space. You want to talk about anything, like shit. If it's the new Spider-Man movie pissed you off, like, let us know why. It pissed me off, so there you go. But again, thank you all. That's it for me. I'll see you guys next week. Hope you guys have a great Friday.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much again. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this just nonsense of an episode. But again, thank you guys, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Lates.